Hey everyone, and welcome to the Open Minds podcast, where we try to open each other to different perspectives and remain open-minded to all incoming thoughts and opinions. I'm Niral.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Cole.
And we're high school seniors from outside Philadelphia. While listening, we hope you guys keep an open mind with us.
In a world that's too closed-minded, we're here to help you open yours, 'cause we're the Open Minds.
Hey everybody. We have a little bit of a different itinerary for the day. Instead of our normal routine with the undisclosed topics that are announced when the wheel lands on our names, we actually know all of our topics for today because they required some additional preparation and personalization to kind of be able to have a conversation at all. So we themed to this episode around a list of 5 things. Why the number 5? Absolutely no reason, but we all had to plan for each of our topics. So when the wheel lands on our names, we're going to describe it, but we all know it and have prepared for it. So that's just a little heads up. And also, it is Cole Kelly's 18th birthday today.
Yes,
Happy birthday, Open Minder.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You
all.
receive an Open Mind hoodie.
Thank you. Oh my God, we don't even have those.
Yeah.
Limited
guys,
edition.
let us know.
It's
Should
like-
we get merch? Let us
Very
know.
much not. It's not real. It's imaginary.
Oh, okay, that's great. No,
Mhm.
yeah. It's exciting, man. 18. End of my childhood years. That's it. I'm done. Yeah, new beginnings. I can't be sad about it. I was talking about this earlier, actually 5 minutes ago. Talking about how it's sad, how that's my childhood, that's it, it's over. Well, not that I'm not a child now, but that's just it. That was my first 18 years.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
Oh no! I'm going through puberty again. Jesus Christ.
That really wasn't that magic.
It wasn't great. I saw a stat that's so sad, but when you graduate high school, which we're all about to do, that means 90% of the time with your parents is over, just statistically.
Oh my God.
Which is so sad.
That's just depressing.
Maybe that stat is a little bit misleading in that the time is more because you're spending every moment, but you're still going to get a lot of time with them, 10% of 2,000 hours is still
a lot of time.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
I'm just trying to make myself feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it's just because the time you spend with your parents as a child is so intensive that once you're an adult, it just simply doesn't happen.
It's really very
and obviously
scary.
that statistic is up for it changes with the amount of time that individuals have with it. If you're exponentially more close with your parents, then that'll change.
I think it also changes with culture.
Yeah, probably.
I think in American culture, I know in Eastern culture, it's more accepted that you live with your parents.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it's Americanized to almost throw your parents in a retirement home until 70.
Oh, which is so sad. In India, isn't it? They're all a whole house of the extended family.
Yeah,
usually.
Usually. So it's usually the parents, and then there's the kids. The kids grow I'm talking from inception. So the parents, the kids grow up. All the brother, the sons, their wives come and live with the.
Oh, the
parents.
house is massive.
Yeah, and then the daughters go to another house, and then all the kids stay in that house of the sons, and then it just keeps going like that.
Oh my God!
Until the parents.
Oh, the daughters
pass away.
move to another.
The daughters
house.
move away, and the sons
Oh,
usually.
Is that changing culturally?
It is. It's changing.
Okay.
That's cool.
That sons are now moving. They just get
That's
their own
great.
house independently.
That's good. I guess
Is the mono-familiar house is that culture growing
Where
in India, or is it still pretty traditionalist?
It's still pretty traditionalist, and I think because of the past year, it's become more like that.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, India is becoming more westernized, and they're adopting more and more parts of Western culture. So I think that's coming as well.
Yeah,
I think the world is.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad.
I don't think it's. Why is it sad? I don't think it's that we're becoming more. The world's becoming necessarily more westernized. I think we're all just kind of becoming more of global
A global pop. Yeah.
global
and I'm not saying
population.
like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like it's sad that it's just sad that it is a reality that cultures will have to be lost in order to modernize.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
Yeah.
and it's not. I'm not saying that's predicated on like evil Western countries or like anything like that. I'm just saying like it is just a truth that way when you modernize, like things have to be lost, and that's like sad.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is sad. I wanted to bring something. This is totally off topic, but up just because I talked about aliens last week, and I found out like yesterday, that apparently there is 60 school children in Zimbabwe, who claim that an alien UFO just came down to their school playground and just visited them and telepathically communicated a message to them or whatever. Mm-hmm. That message was that like technology is evil or whatever. Just hear me out for a second because it sounds insane. But 63, I think it was 63, maybe it was more like 100, but it's in that range. Let's say 63 to 100. These kids were asked to draw a picture of the aliens they saw, and they all drew the same photo. Wow. Or drew the same thing, and they all said similar things. They said it was small creatures that weirdly looked like Michael Jackson for some reason. Mm-hmm. But so they all said that. And then this guy, I think from Harvard, was investigating it. And like right when he started to investigate it, a week later, he got like hit by a bus or something.
That is so weird.
Wow.
Isn't that fascinating?
It was definitely just Elon Musk.
Right?
Like I feel like he would just.
But so when I was told this, what the fuck do I do with this information? Does this rock my world and shatter my world and make me be like, oh my God, there are aliens here? Or is this some like...
This is something where I'm just going to live in ignorant bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I think also it's just like, let's just ignore it.
I'm just going to go to college.
But like...
That's the one on my docket.
Yeah.
But like, what do we do? Like, what do you think? Do you think these children are full of shit? They can't be.
I don't think they can be.
I really don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's... Since I didn't experience it, it's hard to grasp. Like
very
mentally.
hard to grasp.
So I don't know if I understand
also,
or believe it.
Also, they could write this. I mean, I would say we're pretty out of touch with Zimbabwe. So they could write this article about anyone, and I wouldn't think anything of it. Like the whole thing could, I'm saying they could make it all up. Like the whole thing. Like, because there's no, like, it's not a documentary where you see the kids responding and this and that. Like, they're just claiming it.
That's one of the most, like, annoying things about the internet is, like, there's so much, just because the scope of information has expanded so much.
Yeah.
There's so much just, like, pure conjecture. And,
depth
like,
is
falsity.
lost for scope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's true, though. Do you guys want to see the picture that one of the children's drew? Mm-hmm. Basically, guys, it's a round, like, spaceship on the left and then a little alien on the right.
It looks like a clip art alien.
Yeah, I feel that speaks very general.
Yeah.
You know, like
I was expecting to see like a completely different thing.
I mean, it is a kid, so that's like acceptable.
No, why is the kid not a professional artist?
It's acceptable, but it is general.
I would just want to bring it up because of the possibilities. We got to be open, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Cool. But it's what do you do with that information and whatever. But I actually want to bring up also one more thing, Jake, which I think you might be interested in. I don't know if you heard about this, but Superman is now black. The next Superman will be
in the films or in like the
films. He will now be a black version of the hero.
Oh, that's really cool.
My only thing is,
I hope it's natural.
Well, my only thing is they're not using Henry Cavill anymore. That means they're not going to focus on Henry Cavill. Mm-hmm. So how do you guys feel about that?
I'll love it if it's anyone but The Rock.
It's Michael B. Jordan, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, I'm so excited. That's
really...
I really like that.
Interesting.
I don't love Michael B. Jordan as that. I don't know if he has I feel like he's more of a emotional like revenge fighter.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's
what I made the Rock joke earlier because the Rock's intrusion on superhero movies seen in Black Adam should be a war crime.
I actually like that more.
That man is so scary.
He's
terrifying. Your name isn't The Rock. It's not his legal name.
It's Dwayne.
No, but his middle name is The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, listen,
terrifying,
I actually like The Rock as Black Adam more than this.
I wish the actor was just like an Egyptian guy.
Yeah, well, no, I wish that too because the character's Egyptian. But that gets to the root of the issue or kind of the debate is like how do we feel about Clark Kent being made black. Like one is
there
that
are black adaptations of Superman.
so that's the issue.
No, but there are black adaptations of Superman in the comics.
So that's the issue. The two black, what's it called?
Comics.
Black Superman comics adaptations of Superman are not Kal-El. They're two different characters.
Interesting.
They're taking Kal-El and making him black.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have. I'm saying I'm torn in the sense that like, part of me is like, well, I don't really care. Like, sure, he's black. I'm fine with that. I don't give two craps. But then the other part of me is like, if it was like reversed, don't you think it would have been a bigger deal?
Oh, totally. It'd be a huge deal.
Yeah.
Because like it would be considered like whitewashing.
Yeah.
A traditionally like black superhero.
Yeah. And then the other part of me as well is like, well, these characters were all created in a time where like everything was white.
Yeah.
So
like Superman was created in like what, the late like 1900s.
Yeah. So in a way, we'd have to change in order to update the characters.
Or the early 1900s.
In order to update the character, I think it was made in the 30s, the first comic. Yeah. But in order to update the characters, like to fit with modern times, like maybe you do have to change, you know, like the diversity with them. Because, you know, in the 50s, they were all.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about it is like, I used to look up to superheroes when I was a kid all the time. Like, I wanted to be Batman. Still want to be Batman. Like, he's such a cool character to me. And I think, like, if you just look at the roster of, like, the Justice League, look at the original 7. They're all white, you know? And the original 7 are, like, the most iconic members of the Justice League. They have the most issues, the most, like, action figures. Like, action figures were a huge part of my childhood. They have the most, like, media surrounding them. And it's a shame that, like, I think for young women and men of color to have to, like, if they want to look up, like I did as a kid, to those types of people, they either have to like draw that basis from a considerably less large pool of media, or they have to look at someone who doesn't have the same skin color as them, and find that sort of relation. But I don't know. I'm very excited to see Michael B. Jordan. I think he's going to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, my question is with the actor. I get where you're coming from, that you're torn. But I'm more on the side, like, I don't really care who plays it.
Well, I don't care about it, actually. I don't really care if Superman's black. Like, sure, like, I kind of just want to see Superman. That doesn't mean it's not Superman anymore. But, like, just part of me feels like maybe I just don't get why they didn't use the black adaptations of Superman.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I completely get that.
And it's the same issue with Black Adam. Black Adam is an Egyptian character. Why change his race? You know what I mean? Don't you think?
I think they probably just thought that was a good cast, because I mean their body types are very similar.
True.
Yeah. I mean, that is acting though. Like, you're not gonna find a perfect person. Like,
Henry Cavill was perfect.
Henry Cavill was great.
No, but what I mean is, like, you have to have
a great
people,
comic version,
like, who play something that they're not in themselves.
Yeah. Listen,
that's acting.
I like that, like Hamilton. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that was
exactly.
And you know, Hamilton wasn't a success at all. Like it works, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, it doesn't. I don't care. Like, I'm fine with Superman being black. Like, that doesn't offend me in any way, or like whatever. It's still the same character. He still believes the same things. Just my thing is, like, I don't know. I just feel like I said earlier, if it was reversed, it would be a huge issue. And so, is it an issue that it's not an issue? I don't know.
I think objectively you can call it racism, but I think you can call a lot of things objectively an ism. But I think, like, just the scope of black superhero culture is so much smaller than white superhero culture, and I think it's really unfair that people, like, I don't know, they, at least I'm just basing it off of my childhood, like, they were just a huge part of like what I like looked up to and stuff like that. And, like, you know, superhero, or like Superman is known for standing up for truth and justice, and, like, I feel like a black adaptation of Superman could stand up for truth and justice pretty well.
Yeah, no, I agree in the sense that I didn't even think of it that, like, the 7 members of the Justice League are all white. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you change that? People already love the characters, so how do you kind of show these characters in a different? Like, and how do you keep the same characters and also increase diversity? You just change their skin color.
It also becomes like, is the character isn't defined by his skin color, so it doesn't matter.
And also,
Yeah.
I mean, this happened in the Snyder Cut, because do you remember when Martian Manhunter turned back into John Jones? John Jones in the comic is white, but
I thought he was always black.
No, there's. I'm fairly confident he's white.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But like that, because I mean, it's not like a big difference because Martian Manhunter can turn into anything. He's a shapeshifter. But wait, maybe he is.
I don't know.
I don't
Anyways, listen, my point is like I don't care. Like I'm for it. Just I'm saying, is it a problem with me that I don't care this way, but I would care if it's the other way? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it was trying to think of a historically black superhero. See, there aren't
Black
even
Lightning.
Black Lightning. Yeah, he's not that big though.
He's pretty big in Young Justice.
Oh, he is. What about Marvel? Oh my God, is there one Falcon? Yeah, like if they made Falcon like
Rhodey. Black Panther.
or Rhodey, but Black Panther. Like if they made Black Panther white, like then that'd be an issue. So I'm wondering why I'm wondering if it's okay that I think that's an issue, but this isn't. Because I do not really care if Superman's black. Like, sure, I'm all for it. But is that an issue that I would care if it was the other way around, and I don't now?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where if it was the other way around, there would be a lot of uproar about it. But I don't know. I go back to like the character is not defined by his skin, like their skin color. Like it's not really. Even if it was the other way around, I don't know if it would be that huge. Like,
Yeah,
I think it'd be a huge deal.
It'd be huge, but like it wouldn't be like if Black Panther became white. I think Black Panther in himself, his character is very like his
identity is based on like the hidden gem of Wakanda.
Yeah. So I think that would be different. But like if Falcon or somebody who's more like his character isn't defined by his skin color, if that happens, I'm not sure I would care that much. To be honest.
I think this is a good wheel spot.
All right.
Yeah.
So it is Cole's topic first today.
Okay, so again, we're doing the 5 theme. So basically, all of our topics have something to do with the number 5. And basically, mine is 5 personal policies. And one of my teachers approached me and said, you know, if I was on the podcast, I would talk about personal policies. They told me what personal policies were. And basically, I would just define it as like a rule you set up as an individual for your personal life, your day-to-day life. And I was like, wow, that'd be a really good thing to talk about. And after Jake said he wants to do 5 blank blank, we'll find out later, I was like, it's a great opportunity to do this. So that's what we're doing. I say we go around one by one.
Okay.
We each take one until we're all finished. How do you feel about that?
I was good with that.
Okay. I will start out with one of my first personal policies. Lights out at 10 o'clock.
Wait. I really thought these were way more philosophical than
No, they're also philosophical.
Okay,
They're
yeah.
also
Okay, cool.
Mine are a little more philosophical.
No, they're also philosophical, but I am lights out at 10
Mhm.
every night. Like, I try to actually get work done by 9.
Wow.
All my work done by 9 o'clock so I can have an hour to prepare for bed, watch The West Wing, which is what I'm watching now.
It's so good.
It's so
I
good.
can't stop watching. I watched
It's
it till
amazing.
3:30 last night.
What episode are you on?
I am on season 3, episode 10 now.
Oh
I was
my
on
God.
what, 5 yesterday? That's 5 hours.
I
of
can't
TV.
wait till you get to the finale.
It's
Okay.
so good.
So
Sorry.
lights out at 10, and I try to keep it strict. Even if I have a lot of work, I'm like, listen, I can't study forever. I need to go to bed.
I admire. I could never do that.
I get home at like 11.
Yeah, you work, so it's different.
Yeah, that would absolutely. I could sleep in the office, but yeah, that would be a bad.
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
I don't know. I feel like I just could never do that. I don't know. I feel like I would want to do that always, but then I would just never be able to start my work at a reasonable enough time to stop at 10.
So do you guys have a bedtime, or is it just whenever you feel tired?
Whenever I feel tired.
So do you ever get kind of like frustrated that it's 3 a.m. and you're still awake and you're like...
I get tired like at 1 a.m. pretty
Okay.
much regularly.
Okay, all right,
I
interesting.
get so angry because I know that because if I get home at 11 and then I'm like, after saying like goodnight to my family, I'm like
Mhm.
situated at like 11:15, get
Mhm.
changed back into like pajamas, stuff like that. I'm like
Mhm.
11:15, 11:30 is like a good time where I can start my schoolwork. And
That's crazy to me.
But it's the grind. And then because I know I won't start my schoolwork till like 12:30, and it's like, what did I just do for that past hour?
Yeah,
And then that's when I get angry because I'm like, well, I can just spend an hour of sleep,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, Jake, what's your first one?
So my first personal policy is to give people the mental space and comfortability to be unequivocally themselves.
Wow.
Mhm.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
So that
So-
I would boil that down to being non-judgmental.
Okay.
No, like,
Okay, so for everybody at home, the rest of this is going to be Niral's going to interpret my personal policy.
no, I'm
okay?
just is that a
Wait.
fair thing to say? Like
I'm totally joking. Yeah, but like, I feel like it's a little bit deeper than that.
it's deeper than
Because
that.
it's not as much as like being okay with other people, but like drawing it out of them.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like in a friendship with somebody, I don't want to like not have them not fear my opinion of them,
Mm-hmm.
but be someone who is actively like drawing who they are out.
And how do you do that?
By being myself and like showing like it's okay to be vulnerable.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
That's great. That's beautiful. I am realizing right now that my policies are not as philosophical as everyone else's.
You speak philosophically.
And yeah,
It's like your language.
I consider myself a man with many values, so maybe I should have added more of those to this. But
That was philosophical right there.
it's whatever. It's okay. Mine are. It's whatever. Go ahead. All right, that's great.
That
though.
was my first one.
Yeah, that's incredible.
All right.
Mine is kind of in the middle of yours too. Mine is try never to waste food.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
That is such a good one. We had a surprise birthday dinner for Cole last night,
Yes.
and what I was
Thank
thinking
you,
of,
by the way. Very
you're so
beautiful
welcome.
night.
What I was thinking of was just like I want to start a thing when I go to restaurants. We like whatever we order, we have to clean the plates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous
That's
that we don't. Like
that's
I
what I
had
think.
so many apps last night. I had like a trillion things, and then when I got my chicken parm, I was like, I can't even touch this. So I had
Yeah.
to give it to my friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so angry at myself because I wanted to just be like, I want to orient my culinary behaviors in restaurants to like anything that I order, like I don't have to give it back to the
Yeah.
waiter or waitress with
Mhm.
food on it,
Yeah.
Because that's like so stupid. It's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
a waste of money.
I
It's a waste
feel
of
bad.
resources.
Listen,
I feel terrible. Like if I have to give even if it's like a little bit of rice, I
Mhm.
feel terrible just giving it back. I don't like
Yeah.
it at all.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It definitely isn't. Definitely not a good thing when you hand the plate back and there's not much left on it. But it's a good thing to have. We had a couple people make us dinner this week,
Mhm.
and like I felt so bad. Like if it was like I felt obligated to eat it because like these people took their time out of their day to like make us dinner.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't like it, like I need to shove this down my throat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's a great policy to have, I'd say.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Wait, this is so fun.
Yes.
I actually do
continue.
love this. Thank you to the person who gave us this idea. You know who you are. Okay, so the next one to me is not something that I do now, but something my parents kind of grew me up with, and something I hope to do in the next as I grow up, as I'm
Yeah.
adult, something I hope to do, which is returning the favor. And I think basically as we all have more busier schedules, it's hard to hang out with your friends and everything. It's very loose right now, but returning the favor in the sense that like I grew up and say I went to my friend like random kid's name Matthias's house. You know what I mean? I don't even know Matthias, but say I went to Matthias's house, my parents are going to invite Matthias over like later and then because like returning the favor, you know what I mean? So and I assume and I hope as I become an adult that becomes some like a personal policy because I'm assuming as you're an adult there's a lot more dinner parties and
Yeah.
things are a lot more formal. It's not
Mhm.
like
And you also have like an income to return the favor with.
Exactly. And it's not Friday at 5 p.m. where you text your friend, like, let's get dinner.
Are you bored?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's a lot more planned out than that. So I hope to live that out. That's something my parents have kind of done their whole life. So, yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay. My second is don't just tell people your appreciation, but show it. I think like it's so easy to articulate things in words, or maybe for some people it isn't, but for me it's really easy to articulate things in words. I consider myself like pretty good at describing things.
You're not. That's okay. I'm joking. He's very good at it.
Okay, so
Oh my God.
that's gonna kill headphone users. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like really important to like make tangible efforts to show appreciation. Like last night is like a great one. Like
Yeah.
every single person was there because they didn't text you happy birthday. They were there because like you're an important person in life and they want to show it.
Yeah. Like
So
showing up
it's so much
versus
more.
like.
It's so much more profound.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. No, that's definitely something I think everybody should do, work on. It's not easy to show your appreciation. One thing I've learned from Jake is how articulate he is in the sense of his feelings. Like he'll tell you like how grateful he is for a certain aspect of you, like just randomly.
Or the latter.
or the latter sometimes, but randomly. And like I've never really done that in a way like
Yeah.
And I guess I've learned that from you a little bit.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah, I would say the same. Okay, my second one is looking people in the eye while like talking to them, even if I'm listening to them. I like having a direct look, eye contact. Very important
Interesting.
to me.
So I actually, when talking to someone, sometimes I'm like, should I stop looking into their eyes right now? Like, has this
It's like
gone?
weird now.
Now we're recognizing it. But has this gone on for too long? Like, so I find myself comfortably moving away and then back. Are you more so like
I'm centered.
dead on? Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Because
I
it's
think-
so intimidating.
I
I'm
think
so
it-
bad at eye contact.
I think it helps me think. Like, even if I'm doing work, I'll have to look at somebody's eyes to think.
Interesting.
Very weird.
That's kind of like you're
think
peering
if I
into their
look at-
soul. They say the eyes are the window to the
Yeah.
soul.
I feel like if I look at people's eyes, then I'm like, oh my god, I'm looking at their like.
Me
like,
too.
I can't think. I'm just like, wait, is this weird? Am I like, should I like?
Yeah.
I like zone out in people's eyes.
Yeah.
Which is
And
It's
I
really
didn't see.
interesting.
I didn't know some people like dead on always look at you in the eye because I always comfortably look away and then come back. And I remember while filming a project with one of my teachers, one of our English teachers, he was saying that like I was saying like we were talking about eye contact for some reason. I was talking about like performance, whatever, and I was like, you don't have to keep straight eye contact. Like in a normal conversation, you're constantly drifting away and then you come back. So you don't have to be dead on the person. It feels a little superficial. And they said I'm in a normal conversation, you always have eye
Yeah.
contact 24/7. It was just very interesting to see that difference in how that person has a conversation and how I do, you know?
I have one more thing for this one, actually. I think I learned recently that looking into somebody's left eye, because I don't know if this is true, but I saw it somewhere, that if you look at a person's left eye, you're more likely to convince them of something because it's like connected to their right brain, which is more like gut instinct. So if you can connect with that left eye,
Mm-hmm.
it helps you convincing somebody.
Don't-
I don't know if that's
don't,
true.
Don't lie to me.
Look, you can look it up. There's a TED Talk on it. Actually.
Oh, there is?
Oh,
There's
that's
a TED
cool.
Talk actually.
To me, it sounds a little BS-y. Listen, I'm not saying it's immediately
Yeah,
wrong right
yeah.
now. I'm just saying my first reaction is like, how can that be true? Because
I don't
how can
know.
the brain recognize that you're looking into my left eye? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm not thinking which eye are you looking at. I can't even tell which eye you're looking at. Seriously, like you're just looking at my eyes. Like,
No, it's
we
weird.
have
No,
intense.
it's-
We're having intense eye,
Listen,
eye
no,
contact.
the rest
with
of this podcast is we're all looking at our phones respectively. Or
Yeah.
you can look at your number.
Okay. My next one is something I am trying to live by, a personal policy ever since Kairos and a little bit in the months before, is when I'm on my phone, be on it for a purpose. And being bored is not a purpose to be on your phone. And I remember I said that in class one time. I actually said it in ComCov, and someone told me like being bored is like totally a good reason to be on your phone. Like you're bored. What else do you have to do? Like that is a justified reason. But then I thought of it like an alcoholic, okay? And not to say that, we're phone addicts. Although
I think we are.
no,
yeah.
we are phone addicts, but not to say that has the same maleffects as alcoholism. But I don't know. Anyways, but an alcoholic, think about it. If you're bored and you're like, I'm gonna get a couple of drinks and just drink right now because I'm bored. That's not a good reason to drink, and so it's not a good reason to be on your phone. So I'm trying to check myself while being on my phone. Be like, why are you looking at people's Instagram stories? And then put it down. So I've been trying to live that. And I've been getting some success.
I might add that to
my screen time is horrible.
Let's check our screen time right now.
But dude, it's so bad.
Okay.
So mine includes Spotify when I'm in the car.
Oh, okay, that's not
so ridiculous.
Just okay. I'm averaging 3.5 hours this week, which is actually pretty low for me.
I'm at 2 hours and 55 minutes right now.
Oh my gosh. 5 hours.
Wait, for the day?
No, for daily average.
I'm at 6 hours.
Wow.
An average a day? That's usually
most of it's
vast majority is Spotify. Over half is Spotify.
Wow.
Vast majority for me is HBO Max at the West Wing.
Oh, I watch on my computer.
Oh, really? I don't watch things on my computer because I can't lay down. To me, the perfect watching scenario is I'm laying down on my side with my phone just right.
Do you know my room setup? You know how I have like the big monitor?
Oh, you already told me this.
So
yes.
It was perfect.
So your room is set up in a way that you can sit on your bed and look at your computer, and so it is the same thing.
And I have a wireless trackpad, so I can bring the
trackpad
move it
from
bed.
there. Wow.
Yeah, and I have an AirPod in.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal policy number 3. This is a little less philosophical.
Good.
Don't leave people waiting for an email response for more than 3 hours.
Oh, that's an amazing one.
Wow.
Oh my god.
How do you live by that?
I check my email once an hour.
Jake, that is such a good thing.
Incredible.
I have to.
I have like a problem. I do not like writing emails at all.
My
Me
favorite
too.
thing,
I hate
one of my
it.
favorite things in the world is like when I was going through the stamps interviews, is I would respond in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And like
Jeez.
that just looks so good.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
So I actually think this is like a thing a lot of people have issues with is when you get a text, you read it and you don't respond.
Yeah.
And that's something I've tried to check myself in the sense is like, why am I not responding? We put it off for some reason. And that's why it's such a great personal policy to have because there should be no reason you're putting it off. Some of my friends get audibly like, why didn't you respond? You know, like we know you read it, like this and that. And it happens, you know what I mean? And I know so many people do it. My cousin does it. She reads texts and she still doesn't answer them. You know what I mean? People put it off. I don't know why. Even emails I'll read and I'll be like, I'll respond to this in an hour.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I going to respond to it in an hour?
Mhm.
For some reason, I don't know. Do you guys know why? Because
I do this too.
Do you suffer from the same thing?
Okay. With text, not with email. But with text, I'll be like, I'll get a text from like my mom and I'll be like, okay, cool. Like I'll get to that because like if I'm like in the middle of a work shift.
Yeah.
But like it takes 2 seconds just to respond, and we put it off for some reason because it's like easier.
Yeah.
It's
almost like we don't want to confront it.
Yeah.
And also
but like for no reason. You know
for
what I
no
mean?
reason. And also part of me wants to. I think like the excuse I give to myself, whether true or false, is part of me wants to think on it a little bit and just kind of process for an hour instead of just respond immediately. But the thing is, most of the things that we're putting off don't need this thinking. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have stuff from saying emails are terrible for me. Like even reaching out to somebody, I find it so awkward. Writing an email to them, I hate it. I don't know how.
Oh, me too.
Start.
Oh, you know what? I'll be like, I need to write an email today. I'm doing nothing. I'm on my phone, and I'll be like, all right, I'll do that later.
It's terrible.
Just do it now.
Just started breaking the ice when I did the Georgetown alumni stuff like that, and then also I reached out to like 50 op-ed writers in Foreign Affairs, the magazine, like foreign policy experts, think tank people, just to see if they wanted to talk to our CompGov class at Devon. So that was like I like made like a format where I would change like the name, and so like a bunch of stuff. So it just made it so easy. Like because writing it's just a format, you know. You just apply a format to different conversations.
It's a stupid thing that I have to get over. I feel like. I hope I get
I agree. Listen, let's from now on, if we see an email, what's key to a lot of these things that we try to live by is self-awareness. Mm-hmm. So next time we got to be self-aware and we're going to be like, oh wait. Why are you pushing it back for an hour?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? And then kind of check ourselves.
Yeah, and I say you have 3 hours to respond just because like if you have to think about things, you know, you don't want to give an answer they don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, my next one is I'll explain it. It's I hate food etiquette, and that's one of my personal policies. Like, I do not care how you eat, and I feel like, well, last night was a good example of this. Well, like, if you're at like a formal kind of place, I really don't care if you eat with like your elbows on the table or like you eat like with you hold a fork a certain way. I feel like it's totally arbitrary.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'd agree with that, actually. I had my elbows on the table yesterday, like this, with my hands kind of like folded. I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, people actually give a fuck if my elbows are on the table.
I hate it. I think it's one of the stupidest things.
I'm gonna disagree here.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like there's just like a formality to it that like I think like the variation in the degrees of formality at different restaurants and at different settings like makes them special. Like
why does formality equal specialty?
Because it just differentiates things.
It makes people feel better about themselves.
I don't know about that. I'm kidding. Serotonin.
I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm kidding.
But it just like it differentiates things and can make you feel a little bit more elevated sometimes, which is
elevated makes them feel like they're more important than other people.
Not all the other people.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's just very two cynical things I said that I just don't believe. So
no, I just think it like there are degrees of formality, and I think etiquette in dining is one of the biggest things that differentiates them. One of the best examples of this is in the U.S. you can't eat with your elbows on the table.
Yeah.
It's just like rude.
I do.
In France, it's you can't eat without your hands like this. Like if you don't have your hands on the table, you're considered rude. Like I would sit like this at dinner, and like Mrs. Juilliard would be like, hands on the table, les mains sur la table, hands on the table.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, that kind of got it in my head.
Doesn't it feel arbitrary though? So part of me
likes... It feels arbitrary, but it was like a sign of respect.
Part of it is
it's eating. That's what
I hate to break to you.
It's eating.
Part of it is a signal, and it is a part of me likes it in the sense that like it's like, oh, we're doing all these formalities and whatever. But also like at the same time it's arbitrary. But there's definitely a line for me because like if you're obnoxiously chewing,
that's
like,
different.
I don't think it's different. I think it's in the same category of manners.
Are you talking about like using the right forks and stuff?
No, like that is like an extreme example of it. But like the big one is like elbows on the table or like stuff like that. Like food etiquette in the sense that no phones at the table. I'm in very much.
I'm pro no phones at the table. So there is a line for us. We are for some etiquette.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I should amend that, but. Yeah, that's one.
Okay. All right. So actually, keeping on the food topic, my next one has everything to do with food. I try not to eat dessert, like get ice cream or like donuts. I try to avoid dessert at all costs. For some reason, it's especially sugar for me. It's just something about it is not like that interesting to me. Mm-hmm. Like ice cream specifically, like we get ice cream all the time, especially in the summer, and I'm just like, I don't want this, I don't want it. Yeah. I don't want it in my body. And it's mainly the sugar. It's like
I couldn't disagree more from this personal policy.
Well, listen, I like these.
It's the worst personal policy.
Especially donuts. I love donuts, but like I think also mainly I can't have a lot of sugar or I just feel terrible. Like my stomach like literally feels awful. But yeah, I just try not. Like I didn't have cake last night, so
wow. Yeah. It's terrible, horrible.
It's not that these things aren't good.
It's just like
if they aren't good, why aren't you eating them?
What?
I have a huge sweet tooth though.
Like what do they give me?
But they're good to eat. Like they're tasty.
But they don't fill me up though. You know what I mean? I don't feel satisfied. Like for example, I have a chicken parmesan. Like I feel satisfied. Like I just ate a meal. Whereas I have a piece of cake. What did I just give my body? For some reason, my body
to feel good.
Yeah.
For some reason, my body doesn't respond to eating that in a good or like a Twix bar. Like say I have a Twix, I'll be like, what? It feels so.
Yeah, little candy bars are terrible.
Yeah, we
feel eliminate candy.
I agree. They feel empty to me. Also, speaking of fucking candy, ready for this? There was like 11 grams of sugar in like one Kit Kat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had pillowcases of candy at Halloween, and
Let's talk about the Devon drinks. 80 grams of sugar in those lemonades.
Well, on the drinks, they lie to you and they say it's 21 grams of sugar or whatever, and then you look at the serving size, and it's 2 servings, 2.5 servings per container, and it's like a regular size water bottle, but for lemonade. Anyways, though, we would have pillowcases of candy for Halloween, and I'd eat it in like 4 days. That's like thousands of grams of sugar that I'm eating. I don't know how I'm living right now after eating all that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I never had Halloween candy, but
Oh,
I can
seriously?
see how that
I was
Did
a big Halloween candy, and I would just trade until my whole bag was just Snickers and Kit Kats.
Mm-hmm.
But I rationed it. I was the person who was like threw away last year's candy at the first hop. Like when Halloween hit, I was throwing away my candy from last year.
Oh, fast.
I
Okay.
rationed.
I was kind of the same, but like, yeah.
But I don't know. I have a huge sweet tooth, number one, and also like. There's just desserts like an art in a way that like, dude, I like it. Like pastry creation, like
It's aesthetically. There's a lot more aesthetically to
Yeah, and,
desserts
like,
than there are to other things.
a
I don't
complex
know if I agree with
chocolate.
that.
Think about the dessert we got last night with the cannolis. It was grapes with a pyramid of cannolis with
No,
chocolate.
that's not what I'm.
sauce.
That's not like an example.
What do you mean?
I'm saying like
Think about how the chicken parm was presented to us and how the dessert is presented at a restaurant.
You could do that with any food. That's what I mean.
I don't think you could.
maybe not.
I think only with dessert can you really explore.
It's like an
this.
aesthetic. It's not only aesthetic, but it's very much an art. Like a complex chocolate. Like you can get like in France, I had this chocolate. It was like orange, like star anise, like and a bunch of like, and it was like the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah, you know.
And like a good like I don't know pastries. Like that's a dessert, right?
Yeah. Wait. This is reminding me. You know what dessert I cannot pass off? It's so good.
Mhm.
Brownie with vanilla ice cream. It's amazing.
Brownie batter is the best thing that's ever been invented.
No, cooked brownie. Not brownie
love
batter.
brownie
Cooked
batter.
brownie. Have you guys had cooked brownie with
Yeah.
vanilla ice cream? It's amazing. It's so
brownie
underrated.
alone.
Wait,
I
say.
had it like once, but like I didn't love
Oh,
it.
you have to have it again.
Um,
Maybe you're not
Like
having the right
we
brownie.
made creme brulees. Remember? Like
Oh, those were so
They're
good.
so good.
Now that's good dessert. I
are you
like.
just talking about like candy bars and like?
No, I mean I do like these things, but I just can't have them that often. Like I could not have dessert every night. I could not like
Yeah,
have ice cream every night.
Mhm.
Like every like 3 weeks. Like sure, I'll have ice cream.
Yeah.
Just for some reason,
Yeah.
It's not for me. Okay.
Okay. This is actually like kind of counter goals point a little bit, but it's a lot larger than that. So my fourth policy is treat yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like
Have you seen Parks and Rec?
yeah.
Yeah.
Treat
I
yourself.
haven't seen all of it.
Yeah.
It's like one of Andrew's favorite shows, so I watched a little bit of it.
But she likes The Office more, right?
I don't know.
She likes The Office more, yeah, I think.
Friends is the best show, by the way.
Oh,
no,
okay.
okay. Forgive me for even say that.
Who knows that? Let's hope it's The
so-
Office. Oh, okay.
West Wing's better than all of them. No.
I don't know. They have their own perks. They're like
Okay,
totally
okay,
different
okay.
category.
But like, from my point of view, like, it is a normal day when I go to school at like I leave for school at like 7:30, then I go home for 10 minutes, and then I go to work and I get home at 11, and like, I feel like when I don't have to do that, like I should just spend it like treating myself. Like,
Absolutely.
it's such an important part of like your life to reward yourself and like recognize your desire just to feel good sometimes. And like if I get that through if that's a brownie, it's a brownie.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know?
brownie.
If
yeah.
I go like I try to get like with my lunches at work, like I usually would get like a chocolate chip cookie or something like that, and like that like it's like a good little. Okay, maybe today isn't that bad.
Yeah, no, true. Which
I
I
use them like I like spending like the money I make on things that I just like want.
exactly. Which it's just not that for me. Like having a brownie is not necessarily
You know?
a treat.
Mhm.
But like I agree with that. You should reward yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My next one is listening. I like listening to people talk about anything.
Mhm.
That's one of my big things. Like if anybody's like talking, even if it's not like to me directly, I like to listen to anybody.
That's
who talks.
great.
But yeah.
It's a great thing to have, you know. I mean, it's one to talk all the time, and it's another thing to listen. You know what I mean? Like in order for you to be more credible, you know what I mean? There's got to be a balance of like
Yeah.
talking and listening. You know what I mean? You have to listen to people. Some people
Yeah.
just talk a lot. And it's not
Yeah.
necessarily.
Jake.
I'm not trying to. It's not necessarily a bad thing. All right, whatever. Mine is actually crazy that you say that. Mine is try to always listen to a person's argument without judgment. So if
Mhm.
someone's arguing,
It's
something
very
to me-
thematic for this podcast.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. But if someone's, for example, I know a few people who are anti-capitalist and pro-communism, and I try to forget, when I'm listening to their arguments, I try to forget everything I've been, kind of conditioned to think with, and I try to just look at their arguments, like, objectively. I want to listen to this, and I don't want to take it with any preconceived notions or judgment, like, just give it to me head on.
Yeah.
So I try to live that every day of my life.
That's a great one because I think like so many of those conversations, like either based on like political theory or religion, like so much of it is like you just repeat the same line, like the same argument over and over again because it's such like it's a part of like it's like deeply woven into who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And like if that's like an identity that you have like as a Catholic, like I feel like it's like such a like a candid argument to just be like, well, it's because that's like that's God's way. It's like, but like step back and challenge that for a minute. And
Exactly.
It's like, people just don't do that.
Yeah.
Such a great one. My last personal policy is go to brunch with people. Like, make time for like brunch is my favorite thing. Close your eyes, everybody. Close your eyes. Imagine
Closing eyes.
Okay. It is a Saturday on June 23rd.
Oh, don't do this to me, man.
Yeah, it's a Saturday on June 23rd. You were sitting outside and the sun it's not terrible. It's a good 75 degrees out.
Oh, yes.
You're wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Can we make it a bathing suit?
You're wearing a bathing suit and a t-shirt. And flip-flops.
Are there clouds?
Can we make it
There's
slides?
There's some clouds, but you see.
Can we make it slides? I don't wear flip-flops.
I'm not making it slides. Slides are disgusting. If you wear slides, you're not invited to brunch.
I wear slides.
So open my eyes or keep them
No,
closed?
keep them closed.
Okay.
Keep in mind, just imagine somebody comes to your table and they put you were sitting with 4 people and they put 4 orange juices on the table.
I don't like orange juice.
God damn it! What beverages do we like in the summer? What's a good summer?
I love orange. Well, water, cold water.
Sure. Okay.
water.
A glass of cold water is put down.
With lemon. A little bit.
No.
This is terrible. Guys, this is a closed eyes experience, and you guys have ridiculed it.
Me and Niral aren't supposed to be talking at all.
And
all right,
just imagine just like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich is put in front of you.
Oh my God.
With French fries and hash browns, and the sun is on your neck.
Yes.
And then the second the meal's over, you walk down to the beach. It is brunch in the morning. Oh, opposed to any other time for brunch. I don't really know why I predicated that within the morning. But brunch with friends is a euphoric experience.
Absolutely.
It cannot be overstated.
Absolutely. This kid knows where it's at. So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
I think I'm the brunch doctor.
I love brunch.
I like know
breakfast
what to do.
is like just the best meal.
Yeah, I disagree, but it's okay.
Tell us why. Let us know why.
No, I mean, I just don't think it's that great.
It's so good.
Like,
so
I'm not a big fan of breakfast, like food. So that might be a problem.
Oh my God.
Can't wait.
Right. My last one is, well, that's not the one that I am right now, but it's one I strive to be, is punctuality. I think that is very...
I was 30 minutes late to filming today.
No, but
1 hour.
I think it gives like for at least things that you want to be like special and formal, like it's very important that you have to be punctual in that time.
I agree. I think there's a type of like respect that goes into being
No, there is. There's so
on time. And I'm not trying to say you weren't being respectful because
I think it's different when it's like with people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You had a reason, as well. But like, I don't know. It's just I think it is very important to be on time. Like I'd say I was kind of known, like me and my family, for carpooling. We were always late.
Same.
We were always known for being late.
It's like if you're supposed to get there, like you'll pick me up at 7:30. Like I'll be ready by like 8.
Yeah, the Kellys will be there at if it's supposed to be 7:30. The Kellys will be there at 7:45 or whatever. I mean, maybe that's probably because my mom had 5 boys to deal with, but I think it's very important to.
Yeah, my friends actually made a thing where they would tell me it's half an hour earlier, so I'd get there on time.
And did it work?
It worked.
Wow, that's so funny.
Which is great.
That's like when you say like come over at 8, people get there at 8:30.
Yeah,
that's just
exactly. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think people sometimes feel uncomfortable with being early with those situations.
Yeah.
I think we should also distinguish like between like this type of lateness and like professional lateness. Like I think
so yours is excused in all forms. Jake Lorenz's lateness is excusable.
I feel like we're attacking Jake a lot here.
I'm kidding.
Jake. Guess what? I can defend myself all day.
But he can. We're kidding.
Yeah,
I really don't give 5 shits that Jake was late today.
Why do you keep saying it? It sounds like you give a shit.
How late were you today, Jake? You want to talk about it?
No, I don't actually.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna say like, shoot, I'll be there in 10 more minutes. Never mind, 20, and then I'm actually just not gonna show up next week.
Jake was late for a valid reason, so it's not that big of a deal, you know.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's just I feel like it's okay to be late in this type of setting, but like in a professional setting, that's when the punctuality comes in.
Yeah,
I agree.
agreed. All right,
Okay.
that was a fun
Spin that wheel.
little thing. We should do that more often.
I mean, we're about to do another one.
True, we are.
Give me a bet. Who's gonna be?
It is Mr. Jake Lorenz.
Okay, so I totally stole this from TikTok, but I love it.
This is the thing that actually started the 5 theme.
Yeah. Basically, I have a list. We all have lists of 5 things that we just don't understand, and like they can be like serious. They can be like comedic. They can be something like long division. Some people just like never like Niral skipped 5th grade. Maybe he just never got on the long division energy.
Yeah, what did Niral skip and what'd you miss in 5th grade?
Yeah, what'd you
We
miss?
learned about the planets.
Huh?
Health. Like, I mean, you didn't have a health class, did you?
No.
I know I missed health class.
Well, geography as well. We had
We took geography.
American geography in 5th grade.
I
So,
don't know. See, I
What
don't
continent
remember.
is Kazakhstan in?
Asia?
well, we
So you're
had
good. Niral's fine.
we had American geography. So, where's Alabama?
It's down there. Near
There, that's good enough.
Near
Good enough.
Mississippi.
That's all you.
Mississippi.
That's all you need to know. Where's
It's so
Mississippi?
funny because like all
Next to Alabama.
all 5th grade classes, like anything like it just I know it's like they're so rudimentary that you have to learn them,
Yeah.
but like we all have supercomputers in our pockets at all
Yeah.
times. All this. Like,
Well, that's the
information's,
thing
like,
with the
useless.
digital age. I think I might have mentioned this before, but we don't have to remember things anymore. We
Mhm.
just have to remember where they are.
How to find them.
How to find them. So
Yeah.
I don't need to know when George
Oh my God,
Washington.
wait, that's so interesting. Imagine doing in the future if there's chips that like just teach you like up to 5th grade.
Oh, well, you just get the new update and you're 8 years ahead of
Mhm.
what
That'd
we
be
would be
crazy.
at our age. Yeah.
Because like I feel like that stuff can be
That
programmed.
should be like
Well, it can be.
the engineer chip. You get all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doctor chip. You get that one.
Yeah, well, if Neuralink.
Okay, Jesus Christ, stop! I'm actually gonna have a pen. Okay, so we can do. Let's have a Socratic seminar real quick. Do we want to do the same cycle situation for the 5 things I don't understand, or just want to go each person list them?
I'd like to go around.
Okay, we're gonna go
as
around.
well.
Okay, number 1, 5 things I don't understand. Number 1, Bluetooth. What the hell is Bluetooth? No, seriously.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
There is no why. How so? I have a Bluetooth transmitter in my car, an FM transmitter that uses Bluetooth. I plug it into the cigarette lighter in my car, and it just connects to my phone and like hot wires where the FM radio should be,
Mhm.
and connects to my phone. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. How do I have these little things this big? They're
Mhm.
tiny, and I put them in my ears, and I can go 50 feet away, and I'm still listening to the audio like seamlessly, like AirPods.
Yeah, it's weird.
What
Wait,
the hell?
how do they intercept the waves? Because I know
I
it's
don't
waves,
know.
but
It's just
how do you collect a wave and then quantify it into digital information? Oh my god!
Dude, you can
That
talk
is
into
what it
them.
is. Yeah.
You talk into them.
Oh my god!
Like, when
and
you're
then
on
it
a
goes
call-
to somebody else.
Yeah, when you're
it's
on-
crazy. It's
Who-
like we
who can
haven't
have-
been living with
Yeah.
this for 18 years.
Because we just take it for granted, you know.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
absolutely
Like,
do.
how can I be on a Bluetooth call with with AirPods in, and I'm talking into these tiny microscopic little earplugs that are
Yeah.
relaying seamless communication to somebody through my phone, which is connected to these invisible cellular lines
Mhm.
that is going to other people's phones with invisible cellular lines who have AirPods in themselves and are receiving the audio and playing it back. It
And
makes
it's
no
like
sense to me.
seamless. It's not. There's there's
Instant.
not much delay.
Yeah, it's instant.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous, and I don't want it.
One of the wonders
I'm
of our
done with it. I'm never
time.
using Bluetooth
There's
ever
actually a
again.
theory that Bluetooth causes cancer, I think, or
Yeah.
AirPods do. Just
I
think
think
about it. There's some
There's got to be
wave.
something.
There's some wave going from the left AirPod to the right AirPod through your brain.
Mhm.
So that has to have some effect.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I think
Alright.
everything causes cancer. I think we're all gonna get cancer.
Well, seriously, they actually we will look up on the
I
internet.
don't think it's cancer. I think it's something else.
This is what's so hard to believe these days is there are things on basically both sides of the story are a thing and they say they're right. So in the sense that like I will read an article that say bananas will literally fucking cause cancer and if you eat a banana every day you're going to die in 90 years or in 9 years or whatever. And then I'll read another article there, like the potassium from bananas will like prevent you from getting cancer. Like at this rate, everything causes cancer.
Yeah.
Just because like carcinogens have been inserted in basically everything we eat.
Yeah.
What are carcinogens?
They're cancer-causing chemicals.
Oh, okay.
All right, my first one I actually got from a TikTok was underwater tunnels. I don't understand how you build them. Like I don't understand how
Wait, what?
Like tunnels that go underwater like
There's
cars.
the one from Britain to France. That's the one I know.
Yeah.
Well, there's several.
There's one. I think there's one in New York. Like that
What?
goes underwater. I don't understand how you build that. Like,
I don't know.
Well, have you ever played Minecraft?
No.
There's a sponge. You just place the block and it sucks up all the water.
Interesting.
That's all you have
Is
to
that
do.
how it works? Like,
No,
actually?
no, that's not how it works. Wait, how do they
I don't
build?
know.
I don't
really
understand.
That's how it
How
works
do
in
you, like-
Minecraft, not in
How
real
do you
life.
How do you
smelt metal like under?
I don't
get
understand.
it.
Where do
I
you
know.
start?
I don't know.
Like, okay,
Guys,
what do
I'm
we...
not touching engineering with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I know. But it's just interesting.
Wait,
I
I'm
don't
so fucking confused because if you're halfway in, then if you're halfway building it, you're underwater.
It's so
This is
weird.
probably just showing how naive we
Yeah,
are, and
yeah.
like if an engineer is listening to this, they're like, "Oh, it's so simple. You just put this in first, and then you do it."
Yeah.
Like, so why are they British? I don't know. But
Oh, they're building the one from Britain.
they're building the one from Britain to France. So what's that called? What is the
The
Bering?
English Channel.
Oh, the English Channel. Yeah, I was not about to say the,
The Bering
Bering
Strait.
Strait. I wasn't about to say that. No.
Sounded like you were about to say because we actually finished each other's.
Sandwiches.
Very
Okay.
good.
All right. My first one. That's from Frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My first one is great one, by the way, Niral. I also don't get that. You guys might disagree with this one. I think we all agree on the other ones. Nice cars. I don't get it.
We've talked about this so much. I disagree. I think. Okay, sorry.
Why?
I think you got it. Sorry.
Before I even said anything. No, it's okay.
Hey, listen to
Listen,
people's arguments.
I just don't get why someone would get a nice car. I don't get, unless you have unlimited amounts of money, I don't understand why you would ever spend your money on a car like this. Or on like a Ferrari. Okay, let me tell you why. It has a nicer interior. Yes. It looks better. Although I will argue all cars are ugly. We've just gotten used to how they look. But anyways, so some of them do look better in comparison. But overall, they're all just boxes of metal. Anyways, so they look good. The interior is better. They speed up quicker. Great. That's super fun. After 2 weeks, it's fucking boring and you're used to it. You know what I mean? It's like materialistic. You know what I mean? I don't need that car.
Wait, you think rich people are materialistic?
Whoa.
Are you crazy?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not making a generalization like that.
Oh no, we were saying
We were joking.
they very much are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm also not making that generalization.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like that. I don't even think that's true because you can't make generalization like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Anyways, what I'm saying
You're more
is
prone to it. How's that?
Sure,
Okay.
correct. Well, because they have the ability.
Yeah,
to
exactly,
see me.
exactly.
So, is materialistic?
Just go.
Is materialism
Continue
necessarily
describing how you
indulging
hate
in
cars.
materialism, or is it more of an ideology? Whatever.
I don't know.
Okay. This has been like 2 minutes of me doing this. Basically, why do you need a super nice car? I don't get it. Don't you just want a car to get you from A to B? That's all you fucking need it for. You're barely in it. All you use it for is to get somewhere.
No.
Why do you need this super nice car, Ferrari? I don't understand it. Seems like a waste
So
of
I'm
money
gonna-
to me.
Look,
Counter argument.
Imagine the things you could spend your money on, and you're spending it on a car that's like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't get it.
That's extremes like that. I understand a little bit of like Ferraris and Rolls Royces and stuff like that, like Bentleys. But like, it's getting hotter outside. I mean, it's cold today for some reason because it's like early May. It just doesn't make sense. But like in the summer, I don't have AC in my car. I want to die sometimes. Where like it just get like your car's functionality isn't just to get you from A to B. You have to be comfortable from A to B. There's like security features and stuff like that, and like so many different like I would like to be able to like charge my phone when I drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, there's a difference between a nice car and I'd say a functioning car. You know what I mean?
Well, so you're saying just the difference between like Ferraris
Like
and normal cars?
Like I'm saying a normal car. Like that's all I would need.
Uh-huh.
Like if you have the money for a nice car, great. I'm just saying like why are some people so obsessed with getting nice cars?
Mhm. I think it goes back to it's an art.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in between this argument because I understand like it's some people see it as like very, very like artistic, and it's beautiful in itself because it's like metal. Yeah, but it's also a car, and it's something to be. I don't know. It's just beautiful, and but I also get like, why would you waste that money on like something to get you from A to B?
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle. I mean, I would want a nice car. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, it's not like I wouldn't take it, if it was there, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just don't get why make that your goal. Like, so I feel like some people are like, oh, I want a Ferrari.
Would it be comparable to a nice house, or would you say that's different?
No, because you live in a house 24/7.
What if someone was to live in their Ferrari?
Not like, but I mean like
The function of a house
serving a
is
purpose. Like I'm saying, from a functioning house to a nice house. I mean, a great house, like a rich.
a
house.
functioning house. Oh,
That's just the difference.
yeah. I
between a
actually
functioning
would
house
say
and
there isn't a difference, because then it gets into like pools. Like, I know some people who like are dying to have a pool, like dying. I just don't get it. Whatever. You have a pool, it'd be great for like 2 weeks. You use it every other 5 months. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay.
I'd agree. It applies. I assume. Listen, I'm 18, so I don't even know, but I would assume it applies as well. Like a functioning house. Like, why need such extravagant or seek such extravagance? Why make it such a big deal? I mean, which I'm not saying it's an issue that.
I think it's just like
have
human desire.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you want the better thing.
Stuff.
Yeah, I. It's not that I don't understand where people are coming from. I just don't personally identify with. I don't understand the drive towards it. So.
Okay, number 2, credit. I'm
Credit.
gonna leave it there. I don't understand it.
What?
I mean, like, okay, credit is like
Credit
your credit score.
Yeah, the ability to buy
yeah.
something instead of the actual money you have.
Like, what is that?
It means nothing.
How to? Yeah, exactly. But it matters.
It matters
Like,
a lot.
it
matters.
decides like whether you can take out like mortgages, whether
Yeah.
you can like. It's crazy. I just don't. We're not taught about it. Like ever.
I was taught about it by Mr. Oh, well, we had a class in legal
class?
studies. He taught us about it, like credit and all that, but I don't know.
I was talking with my dad about it one time a couple months ago, and I just did not understand it. I thought.
I think we should be like it should be like academically.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I didn't know there were companies that like literally analyze people's credit without your permission.
Mhm.
I didn't know that was a thing. That it's like public.
Yeah.
Like you're analyzing my transaction history and giving me a score without me saying you can do that. That
It's
was
crazy.
the biggest shock.
The idea of credit is so weird that like credit is basically, can you pay for something?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't actually matter if you have the money.
Mhm.
So you could have all the money in the world but have bad credit and you're not going to get a mortgage.
Exactly.
Which
Yep.
is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
it.
Just like don't understand it.
All right. I was talking to Cole about this one in the morning, actually. Fridge. I have no idea how that works.
A fridge?
Yeah, fridge.
How do you make air colder?
I don't understand. Like how? Like it doesn't work. Like I understand like insulation, right?
Yeah.
I understand that.
Mhm.
How do you make it colder?
It's the same thing
It
with
just pumps out like that like weird like air, you know.
Yeah, I just don't know how that
it's
works.
the same thing with air conditioning. How does AC work? How does it take 100-degree air from outside and in like 5 minutes have a stream flowing of like air of 60 degrees? You know what I mean? Like, how does it do that in your car or in your house? Or
We are educated people, and we don't know this.
I don't know if I'd say we're.
I think we are
Well, we have an education, that's for sure.
educated.
Yeah, Educated was a great
I
book.
don't know so many things. I don't know how things work. And guess what?
Okay, next
All right,
one.
next one.
How I'm living. All right, Jake, you can go next.
What?
Wait, what?
How I'm living. That's it. Go ahead.
Oh, like
Okay.
you understand how like
That's
how,
it.
like
We're gonna
that,
end it there.
how, like that. Oh, you don't even want to talk. About it.
Nope. No, I'm kidding. So basically, we're made up of the same thing as rocks. Atoms are made up of the same building blocks, and I don't understand how I'm living, choosing, functioning. I used the example before. All right, we'll say atoms are like just building blocks that are kind of the same. Let's say you have a red ball, a green ball, and a blue ball, but you have like a billion of them. No matter what the combinations you put those balls in on a grand scheme scale, it's not going to make it a life form. So I don't understand how these atoms, which Jake's crying, Jake's about
What
to cry.
is this, guys? I don't know.
I don't
Can
know.
we just I'm just gonna play Xbox, I'm just like these things should not they're so daunting. I think that's what makes specialization so important.
Yeah.
Is my whole life I will not have to worry about fridges.
Yeah.
because I'll just buy one.
Hey, listen, those people.
It doesn't matter.
Listen, if you are the one building fridges, researching fridges, thank you. You have done so much for humankind, whoever you are.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Like it's so interesting that like you will never have to worry about like how the Bluetooth is working. Like when you're making your movies. Like
unless you have
just
cancer.
get to make the movies.
Unless you get cancer, and then
Oh, God.
well, no, then you wouldn't.
What are you talking about?
And then you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't
I'm
have
just
to worry
making a
about it.
point.
It happened. You know, you're not going to worry about how it happened. You're just going to be like, oh, well, they caused it. You know. But anyways, it doesn't make any sense to me that I'm living. So
Yeah.
All right.
Noted. Okay. Number 3, round 3. This is like another one that like I'll never have to worry about, but like I just still don't get it. Painkillers.
I actually thought of that one, but I don't.
What? I like if I have a headache, I pop in Aleve, and it no longer headache.
No, I
Wait, what?
understand that one.
I never thought of this.
I understand that one.
What does it do?
I don't know. And how does it know where to go? Or does it just go everywhere? Like
No, it
if my
Maybe it's
toe
nutrients.
hurts, if my toe hurts, I pop in Aleve.
Wait,
if
what
I
the
get a headache, I pop in Aleve.
Wait.
If like
Okay, I'll see what happens, right?
No.
Wait, what?
You don't want to have.
I really don't know.
All right.
They're all I need to know. Tell me.
This is what my understanding of it is. It just hits the nerves. Like, you know how you have pain receptors?
Mhm.
It goes to the brain and doesn't feel pain.
So does it go everywhere?
Yeah. So even if
So
you're feeling.
no. So if I if I like chip my thumb when I'm like already gotten a leave situation going,
Mhm.
I still won't I won't get like the.
I don't think you will.
Guys, wait, but it doesn't alleviate pain. I find that painkillers for me only will like if I have a headache, I'll take a painkiller. But like if my tooth's hurting, like it's very rare that it will actually work.
Really?
No,
for me.
it alleviates the pain.
Yeah. That's what's called a leave. But.
It's a painkiller.
No, I'm saying it. I feel like in my experience, it hasn't.
Are they placebos? Are you popping placebos?
Now maybe maybe I just don't take
No,
them
I
that
don't
often,
know. The
so.
thing, the way I understand it is like
Mm.
it goes to your brain. The pain receptors themselves are stopped.
Yeah, I had a friend who used to like take like 8 a day,
Mhm,
like just because like her back was like had like terrible back issues.
mhm,
And like I just don't get it. Like
mhm.
I don't know. There's something
Wait, are you
weird.
guys Aleve people, Tylenol people, Advil people, or ibuprofen people?
I'm a
Tylenol.
leave.
Ibuprofen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a Tylenol person.
Although aren't they all like kind of really the
I think
same?
they're the same.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
the same
okay.
thing.
All right.
All right, my next one is time difference across the world. I don't really understand. I understand like it exists. Why? I don't understand why.
I think
What do you mean?
I
It's
think
nighttime right now in like Japan,
Yeah, but like
or actually probably more so like Iran. It's nighttime.
Cool.
yeah, but like I don't understand like why.
Like, are you saying why isn't like it 1 p.m. everywhere, but 1 p.m. means different things?
Yeah,
Because
Oh.
I think it's
Oh,
because I feel like
I
this
think
should
it's
be
just
easier.
I think it's no, I disagree because I think it puts things in scale. It's like if you're reading a news or if you're reading like an article and it's like at 2 p.m. yesterday in Hong Kong X happened. Like you think the general public is gonna be like, oh, so 2 p.m. in Hong Kong means it was nighttime. No, they're gonna be like, oh, it was midday. It just puts things in scale.
Oh, that's a good point. Although, really, I'm starting to agree with Niral here in the sense that, like, we're all living the same moment.
Yeah, like why
So-
are they ahead? Like why is
Yeah.
it May 9th for them?
Yeah.
And I'm on May 8th.
Yeah, why isn't it shared that right now, why isn't it a universal shared thing that it is 2:04 p.m.?
Because the time changes with
Yeah, but to
this,
them,
if they're over here-
2:04 p.m. is
what I
what
mean.
2:04
I think it just
a.m.
puts
is,
things in
yes.
universe in like
Because like
international
if you think about like
Oh, you know what
like,
this does is
seasons.
it screws the people in the middle, though.
Why?
So don't think of the people who are 12 hours ahead of us. Think about the people who are 3 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So their day starts at like
11.
But it'll be the
like
same.
noon. That's just annoying. That's so
Why?
much to keep track of.
What do you mean?
Like like it
They
just
still have the 24 hours.
Yeah.
no. I'm saying they have the 24 hours, but it's just like
And also, it's too late now to change.
I know, but I don't understand why
So
it
deal with
became a thing. Like why did they? why-
honestly to this, and this might be more confusing now that I think about it.
I think it's good because it puts things in scale.
It's all like
Why?
it's all
Like-
a
like,
construct,
okay.
so it's whatever.
Well, if I have a friend in LA, why is he 5 hours behind me?
Three.
3. Sorry. Is he
Um,
5?
3. It's 3. 5-hour flight, 3-hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because-
Also, why can you like fly and like jump time? You know?
Coolest thing in the world. On so for example, when we went to Paris, it was a 6-hour flight there, plus the 6-hour time difference.
Yeah.
So we left at 6 p.m. and we got there at 6 a.m. But then on our way back, it canceled.
I know.
The time
That's what I mean.
canceled.
So
I don't remember this.
So
What?
I don't know why I don't remember
We
this.
left at noon, or no, we didn't. I forget when we left, but we left and we got there at the same time we left
Oh, that's
because the time
fascinating.
difference canceled off the
I
flight.
don't know. I
So
hate
cool.
that.
I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually am in favor of the system we have now. More now that I think about it. Okay, next one. Scissors. Don't get it. Where the fuck? Where does the paper in between go? Where does the stuff in between the two blades go?
What? Wait,
Oh
what
my
are you
God.
talking about?
Me and Nate have been thinking about this our whole lives. Nate's my twin brother, by the way, everyone. The space between the two blades,
Mhm.
where does it go?
It rips.
What do you mean it rips?
Like it splits.
Wait, there is no space between the two. That's why.
Like you're
that's why
saying
it cuts.
directly underneath like the scissors, like
Directly
right here.
between the two.
There's never space there, Cole.
Yes, there is. There's a small amount of
No,
space.
what he's saying is before you cut it,
Mm.
there's space. There's a small sliver of paper that's right underneath, like in the line. Where does that go?
It gets cut now.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
I'm actually going to admit that when I did write this down, I immediately started thinking about it, and then I immediately realized how there is no space there.
What do you mean?
Because actually, now that
Because
I'm
they touch.
thinking about it, the way the scissor works is the one blade forces the paper up towards the other blade, so it just like stabs it,
Mhm.
just rip.
It slices it.
Yeah, it just rips it. So one of the blades is doing the ripping, not two of them.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was both of
Yeah, I
them
don't know.
at the same time, and they go shh, and you're like, "Where's the middle going?"
Mm-hmm.
All right, whatever.
Interesting stuff.
Looks like we figured it out.
Yeah, that was good. We solved it.
Yeah.
This is a weird one. Pets. Why are
Who
some
the fuck do you think you are? Pets?
pets?
No, I understand this one.
Why
Sorry, that
is
was very
a
rude.
dog
What I just
this
said.
cute little fluffy guy who's so fun and fresh?
So crazy.
Dude.
and like a
Dude, we
cow
saw-
is done.
Dude,
it
we-
is raised for slaughter.
Because dogs decided to come with us. They were like, "Oh, can I?"
who
have
said
some of that
cows would
meat?"
make that choice?
They
Cows
didn't.
have been. I'm sure one person domesticated a cow.
It takes hundreds of thousands of years to domesticate an animal. Cats aren't even fully domesticated.
I don't buy it.
Listen, we saw the
Oh,
cutest.
no, but then why do people eat dogs and cats?
I don't know because they want. I don't listen. I don't condone that, or I don't.
Why don't you?
Maybe I. Well, they are animals, I guess. So maybe I don't not condone it. I don't know.
I don't get it.
know.
I don't get how we decide that like cow equals steak, but dog equals best friend for life.
It's just it's a culture thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's just
I
a
think it's
culture
stupid.
thing. In our culture, it's dogs aren't that, but
Mm.
they can be in someone else's. Or okay.
What
Anyways,
about
we-
like birds? Like people have pet birds.
yeah.
People have pet like everything.
I don't get the pet bird one.
Pigs?
People have pet pigs.
Yeah, what's
Hamsters?
wrong? Wait, so what don't you get?
I don't understand where we draw the line.
Why? Yeah.
Where we draw the line.
But yeah,
It's
me and
personal.
We saw a really cute dog today.
Dude, it was this white Range Rover, and the window pulls down, and it's this small little yellow thing, this small little yellow golden retriever puppy
Aww.
through the window. He was so tiny. I'm like, who's letting their puppy look through the window? But I didn't even care. They were so cute. Oh.
All right.
No, I just don't get it. Yeah.
So, do you guys know that the same feeling we get from puppies,
Sorry.
the same feeling we
I thought
get-
you were doing your next one. And I
Oh,
was
no.
like, okay.
No,
sorry.
no, I'm just saying the same. So you know the feeling we get when we see puppies, and like, oh my god, they're so cute. Like just the mental feeling. Elephants get the same feeling when they see us.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
You know that?
There was a video that came out like 2 weeks ago of the chairman of the NRA and his wife sniping an elephant in the head, and it was terrifying. And then she cut the tail off and held it up and laughed. Moving on.
That's horrible.
It's one of the worst videos I've ever seen.
Elephants are amazing creatures. They're geniuses.
It,
and
like you saw it, like it got shot in the head, and the whole thing just fell down.
I can't.
And they
imagine.
like they were laughing and giggling and hugging. It was terrible. So sad. Continue.
Yeah. Okay. My next one. Well, it's kind of like what Cole had before. How 99% of our DNA is in things like bananas.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird to me. Like 1% makes me, and that a banana.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy.
That's insane
I
to
don't
me.
get it.
Oh my god. So what is the other 99% saying?
I don't know.
What is it telling us?
I don't know.
What is it telling us to
It's
build?
just taking up space.
Yeah, if the other 1% is build arms, like legs, a brain, a mouth, blah blah blah, this and that. Like, what is the other 99%? Doesn't make any sense.
A soul. Build a soul.
Build a soul. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, it is. All right. Digital cameras is my next one. Okay, I can get the basic premise of regular cameras. Regular cameras.
I don't get any of it.
So I'll explain regular cameras, film cameras. Basically, the lens filters the light in, so it kind of condenses the light. Think about this: it's like a cone in a sense. It condenses it into a little chamber, and then the chamber like reflects off a mirror, and then it hits a really sensitive film. And by film, I mean yes, the actual film, but like material, like a film, and it burns that film. The light burns it.
Interesting.
So I'm pretty sure.
Are you saying you don't understand like this? If I just take it like a picture?
Yeah, if that's not how it works, I'm so sorry, but I'm pretty definite that's how it works. Anyways, so digital cameras, what the fuck's going on? Who the fuck is interpreting the light here? How is that possible? How am I seeing a live feed outside? How is that possible? I don't understand it. Seriously, how is anything interpreting what's happening right there? And how do they make it digital? How do they put it on a screen?
Look at that. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Right?
That is crazy. I don't understand it either.
I don't get it. I love it though,
It's amazing.
It's great.
Thank you to whoever made it.
Thank you to whoever. Listen, we're going to say thanks to everyone who have done these things.
Cool.
Yeah, whoever made our DNA, I appreciate you.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever made us living, I appreciate you. All right.
Okay, final round of things that we simply don't understand. World debt.
What?
Who do we owe? Mars?
I agree. I was saying what in response to like what world debt makes it doesn't make any sense. If everybody owes everybody something, why doesn't it all cancel out?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
We'd have to. Some economist is like screaming right now that with these fucking.
I love how we have this idea that like the fridge maker, the Janet Yellen,
like the engineers building the tunnels.
Yeah, everybody's like listening to us like, God damn it, you idiot.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, who do we owe?
Well, I just don't get
Other
it.
Planets?
Well,
like
the people we owe us.
Yeah.
So
why can't we just call it
even?
It's arbitrary. What if we just said right now, everyone's debt is gone. We're going to bail out the world by saying it's reduced to zero. So you're not even technically bailing out. We're just saying it doesn't mean anything. What's going to happen? Do the economies go into like turmoil and like it's a crazy downward spiral, or is it just another normal day?
I don't know.
I think it'd be the latter, but I don't know. I'm not an economist.
I think it'd be the former.
If seriously,
I think
one
the whole
day
world would just crash for no reason.
If they just said
the economy is so fragile that like I don't know. I feel like
no, but what is debt's influence on the economy?
I don't know.
What if we just said no more debt?
It exists for a reason.
Yeah,
well, I know. We just don't know it. Yeah.
No.
Well, because like you're going into debt at every second,
Yeah.
So if you just eliminated it, like you wouldn't have. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That makes no sense.
All right.
Okay.
All right. My next one. Collector's items like baseball cards, like NFTs. You guys know what NFTs are? Non-fungible tokens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they are?
No.
They are basically like digital art. So like a meme. You could buy the original first thing of a meme.
Like there's like brands that make it like fully unique. There's like an NFT that was sold for
what do you mean?
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Can't I just take a screenshot of it?
You can, but that's not the original one. Just like you could take a screenshot of a baseball card, and that's not the original baseball card.
It's so arbitrary.
I don't understand the draw of it. I don't understand why people love it.
There's an NFT. It was sold for
I think it was like $5.7 million.
I think it was way more than
that. Was it
that.
actually more?
Let me look it up. You guys keep talking.
Listen.
I mean, I know Twitter's Jack Dorsey. He sold the first ever tweet for a bunch of money.
But what the fuck do you mean the first ever tweet? What is the first ever tweet?
Like, I don't know. It's like the digital thing of the first ever tweet.
I'm convinced
somebody owns that.
No, I'm convinced they're making.
This was sold for $60 million.
Yeah.
What is this? So
it's
guys,
the original this. This whole
It's,
thing.
it's like digital art.
It's digital art, but every single one of these is original.
Wait, that one's actually pretty cool.
It's cool,
It
but
is,
it's over
but
$60
it's-
million.
But so
And it's
my
fully-
question
it's not
is-
printed. It's
guys,
fully
Yeah,
digital.
he has is just as well as the other guy has.
Yeah, but do you think they're conning us in the sense that like they're inventing? Like, is there such thing as an original tweet? That's not a
because
thing.
They're literally like given like in like a mark that is like
Yeah.
completely.
Are we
un-
sure, or are they
like
just
a
saying
baseball-
that?
It's just like a baseball.
But I don't get it because a program is just basically everything is when it comes down to it in our computers, right? It's 0101.
Yeah.
So the first tweet just becomes part of the code, and there's no original code. What does that mean?
No, what I'm seeing is like the first ever time that code ran, that's what he bought.
But where does that exist?
It doesn't really exist, but he owns it.
Exactly. What does he own?
He owns the first tweet.
Well, no, he doesn't.
He does.
It's
he
not.
does.
It's not an ownable thing.
Well, they made it.
Yeah,
NFTs
they
made
did.
it ownable.
That's what they've done.
I'd say the person who owns the first tweet is the person who tweeted it.
No, but he sold it.
If we're talking about, okay, I'm so confused. This is
It's
so
very-
arbitrary. I also don't get it.
I don't understand the appeal of it. I don't understand really how it works. But
Yeah, and you even for physical collectors items as well.
yeah, physical collectors. I don't get that either. Like, why does one baseball card that has like an autograph on it?
Mhm.
I understand. Like, okay, autograph's cool, but if like I get a piece of paper that has an autograph on it, what's the difference between a baseball card and that?
True. I can see the appeal in both sides, mainly more the physical one, because I can see like being like, oh my god, this was this was
Pokemon
signed by
cards.
Babe Ruth. Like
Mhm.
his hand was actually here.
Mhm.
Like there's
He
merit.
wrote
to
his
that.
name right there.
Or like this was the original mask used for Darth Vader in A New Hope. Like this was on set. Like
Has
I
that
think
been
there's-
sold?
I don't know. Someone probably has it, but honestly, it's probably in a storage closet somewhere. But there's
No
merit to
way.
that.
But you know, like Pokemon cards, there was a huge thing about
Yeah.
that. Like they're worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars, something like that. Like,
Mhm.
why?
Well, I get that more because like there is an original. I guess I don't get the concept of an original tweet. A code person,
No.
computer programmer needs to explain that to me because it doesn't make.
Once again, the CEO of computers is listening to our podcast right
Yeah.
now. Like,
But code, it's a fluid thing. Okay, here's something I don't get: is just the internet, how that works. Where is it?
I don't know.
Where is it? What do you mean? How is it like this idea that people just invented? Like, where does it exist? You know what I mean?
I feel like there has to be like a huge server room, right? Like,
But it can't be. It's just like oh my god. Okay, whatever. That's not even my last one. My last one, finally, 5 things I don't get is why people actively judge others. I don't get it. Stop caring about what other people are doing and just like focus on yourself. I mean, people do it every single day. They talk trash about other people and they do this and that. I'm not saying I don't do these things, but I try not to. And people will be like, oh, this person's so weird. Like, oh, this person doesn't talk a lot or this and that. Like, just stop. Like, what is the use of doing anything like that? I just don't get it. So
do you think sometimes it's involuntary?
I'd say sometimes, yeah, it's like instinct. Like, they just don't think about it and
Yeah.
they do it. But I don't get it. You know, why would you ever want to? I don't know. I just don't get
Yeah.
why someone would judge other people rudely.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
The last spot.
The ultimate spot. I'm gonna keep advocating for that name.
that's okay.
All right. My topic, which both of you know, is things that we want to accomplish in the next 5 years. Keeping on the theme of the 5. So, what? Open the conversation. What do you guys think?
Do we have a list or
I have a
what?
list.
Do you have a list?
I do not have a list. I was just going to talk about it.
Okay, so
Oh, I divided it into 5. In the next 5 years, I'm going to do this. In the next 10 years, I'm going to do this. In the next 15 years, I'm going to do this. In 20 years.
wow. So I have
Okay.
2 things written down. All right.
All right.
I guess
go-
I'll start then.
Okay, I'll go
We'll
first.
continue this
Yeah.
this kind of rotation. I'm not a big future predictor. I think it's very important to recognize the unpredictability of the future. Like anything can happen at any time. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have predicted that right now we're in this room filming the podcast. We had to change rooms, by the way, everybody. So I wouldn't have predicted we're in this room. And I think it's important to I think it's important to have goals, but I think it's important to not have very specific expectations for the future, because then I feel like at times you're setting yourself up at failure. You know what? For example, like in 5 years, I'd love for every single one of my mother and my father and my brothers to still be alive, but I accept the possibility that might not be the case. You know what I mean? So to me, the future is inherently an unpredictable force. You know what I mean? So trying to predict it or have expectations to it, to me, is very scary. And I don't know, it's like, it's almost setting putting pressure, I'd say, over me, like with something like specific like that. But I wrote 2 things. Okay. One is I want to be better mentally, like just in a better place, everything figured out. And 2, hopefully I graduate college. Those are the 2 things I wrote.
Wow.
They're very broad.
Yeah.
But those are my goals in the next 5 years. And, I mean, who knows what can happen? I could die tomorrow. So either, none of those could happen.
Yeah, I interpreted this. I thought we were doing the list of 5 for everything.
I didn't make a list.
I made a list of 5.
Go for it. Share them.
So in 5 years, I will be graduated from the University of Pittsburgh with a degree in politics.
You will be.
Yeah.
Like you were definite on that.
No. But,
this is just like what I want.
Okay.
And I will hopefully, if I have to, kind of substantize each thing with hopefully. Okay. And I will be attending Georgetown School of Foreign Relations for a degree in international politics for my graduate degree. And then in 10 years, I'll hopefully be getting a PhD in security studies. And that school can change. So I think I'll be in school for the next 12 years.
Yeah.
What?
And I'm down for it. Cole is looking at he's crazy.
That's crazy. So crazy to me. 12 more years of school?
Like it's great. I'll be out of school when I'm 30.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's subject to change, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But to accomplish what I want to accomplish, I need those 2 degrees.
And are you set if you have those? You're just you're in?
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And I won't be happy.
Yeah.
But I'd be where I am right now. If I had those 2, I'd be ecstatic. That's what
that fascinates me.
12 years. 15 years, I will be working for a think tank in DC, or I will go into the White House or an executive branch as a foreign defense or foreign relations advisor.
Wow.
Then in 20 years, I want to work for the White House as a foreign policy advisor or one of the national security advisors. And then in 25 years, work for the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense.
Wow, that was very specific.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Does that not freak you out a little bit, writing that down? It does?
It does.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, but
yeah.
If it doesn't happen, I'm only letting myself down, which I really don't think you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let yourself down.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You're just people are just. I talked about this at Kairos, but one of the biggest things I believe, I should have put this in my personal policies, but it didn't really fit. I think everybody is doing the best they can, and that's all you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
I'd say it's all you can ever ask for. I'm not necessarily saying that's what everyone's doing, but I think all you can ask from someone is their best. And all you can ask someone to do is what they think is the right thing. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go off the top of my head. Next 5 years.
Did you come with no preparation?
I come with no preparation.
I love that.
I thought we were just going to have an open discussion.
I love that.
That's fine. All right. Next 5 years, where I also see myself getting a degree. I don't know in what.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's very subject to change. From the University of Pittsburgh. But hopefully a degree of some sort. And then, like Jake, I probably will want to be in a graduate school somewhere. Again, I'm not 100% sure where or 100% sure what I'll be studying. And
I gave you a life plan last night for the next 20 years.
I know you did. But also
I diagnosed him with a life plan.
Yeah. But also I want to be one of my dreams, dreams is, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I've always had this since I was a kid, was I want to get involved in helping foster care. and like helping foster kids.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know
Adopt
why.
a kid.
Yeah, where did that come from?
I have no idea. But like I like since I was like in second grade, I've always had this thing in my head, like I want to do something with foster care. I want to do something with like revolutionizing the system in some way that it helps more people. I don't know why. I don't know how.
Would you be interested in adopting a kid?
I want to do more than that though. Like I want.
Do you think that's a huge thing to do?
I do think it's a
Adopting?
huge thing to do.
Are you saying like the scale?
Like
is too
I
small?
want, yeah, but like I want to do something for the system rather than like for me and for one kid.
Interesting.
I don't know how it's
Could
gonna
be
happen.
5 kids if you wanted it to.
Yeah,
I feel like even that is like too small.
that's
of a
too
scope,
small. Yeah, but
I don't know. I think there's a lot of merit just to adopting one kid. You know what I mean? Because it's
Oh, there's totally merit to it, but like
But in the
there are
grander scheme,
like how many kids are in the foster care system?
millions, hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. I mean,
Hundreds of
around the
millions,
world.
yeah.
Around the world, I'm talking about. Like,
and you want to help them in some way.
I wanna
That's
help them
great.
Some way. I don't know why. I don't know
Yeah.
how this came about, but it's
That's
always
good.
been
Well, it's a
dream
good
of
thing to
mine.
have.
Mm.
I mean, I feel obviously, it must stink being in a foster home. We're very lucky to have both
Yeah.
our parents.
The childcare, are you familiar with the childcare crisis right now?
Yeah.
Like the and like daycare systems and
Yeah.
that.
The expense of it alone.
It is in the past 11 years. The price of daycare has risen by how many percent? Give me a guess.
I think it's like 800%.
50.
900%.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
Like just the most ridiculous.
That's
stuff in the world.
ridiculous.
Is it like how? I don't know. It baffles my mind every time I think about it. Like, how are you supposed to take care of a kid?
Because the demand has just gone up so much.
I have no idea
Both
how you're
parents,
supposed to
'cause-
take care of a kid.
Like,
Parents
what
don't
the
work.
heck?
Can you imagine having a child? Like you
No.
gotta
Ugh.
take
So
care of. Like
Yeah, but next 15 years, I want to hopefully also be married by that time. That's one of my goals. I've been next 15 years. Next 20 years, probably have a job that not that the salary doesn't matter, but that I don't like have to work. Not like I have enough money, but like I don't feel the need that I'm working. You know, that's one of my goals too. The next
Yeah.
20 years.
yeah. All right.
Oh, the future's so daunting. I wish I could like look to the future.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's comforting that it's unpredictable. Kind of.
I disagree.
Kind of shows that
Respectfully.
Cole Kelly, and on our cardistry, he had a line from his poem. I don't know. Do you want to say it? Or?
You can say it. Go for it. Yeah.
Fate and fear are synonyms. I think that was very profound. I think it's
Thank
very
you.
Poetic.
poetic.
Thank you. I did write that, and I think it's true. But there's nothing wrong with being scared of the future. It's only natural. So
Yeah.
we can only live now. Be present. All right. Thoughts on the cast.
Thoughts on the cast. Thoughts on the cast. Thoughts on the cast.
Okay. So I'll start. The thing that I drew from our conversation the most, probably during my list of 5s, because it just like made me realize how little we have to worry about the things we use, like how much we just take for granted technology and scientific advancement and like even biological function and biological makeup. Like we just don't. There's so many things we don't have to worry about, which like I don't know. It's just so weird to think about.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway, I'm gonna quote Socrates, and it's that I know nothing. And that was, when we talked about things we don't get, I realized how little I know about everyday things. And also when we talked about 5 years in the future, I realized how little we know what that's going to look like. Actually, I don't know if we know at all anyway what it's going to look like. So
Yeah.
I know that I know nothing.
Great. All right. Well, the thing that I took away from our conversation is that people are so different, and like even the three of us, like they're in the things that we don't understand are different. The things that define us through our personal policies are different, and the things that we want to do in the next 5 years are different. And that's beautiful in the sense that everybody can have their own little world in what they want to do and who they are.
Diversity. That's
Yeah.
what's so important about our world is the diverse amount of people.
Mhm.
Great.
All right. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. You can find Jake on Instagram at jake.lorenz. And you can find Cole on Instagram at cole.2.kelly. And you can find me nowhere because I don't have a life.
There's something weird about Niral saying that he doesn't have a life.
Feel free to follow our podcast Instagram at The Open Minds Pod and our TikTok at The Open Minds. Thank you, everyone. We hope to see you next week. And remember to always keep an open mind.